heart, so who can stop me if I decide it's on my destiny? Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple Lunar Rose Music and Tarot Night. Tonight is just for fun. It is the Leo full moon, so I'm going to offer some full moon readings tonight. We are going to listen to some music, so very possible we'll get in trouble and have to take it down. So just want to inform you. We are multi-streaming, so we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch tonight. Divine Timing, I see you. Welcome. Funny story, Divine Timing. Let me know, can you guys see the chart on your screen? You should be able to see the Leo full moon chart. The Leo full moon peaked, I would say, about 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago for me. Vanessa joining us on Facebook. Welcome. So I'm just getting ready, getting the cards ready. Welcome, Sherry. Let me know, ladies. Do you guys see our chart on the screen? Let me know, is the sound okay? I know the music's a little loud. That's okay. I'm so glad you said that, Sherry. I do. Okay, I'll turn it down a little bit. I do have some fun stuff planned tonight. I haven't got to see the full moon yet. We tried to look right before the live, and it hasn't quite topped the trees yet. So I'm hoping that I get to see it, before the night's over. And you can see the chart. Perfect. So you guys see the full moon. I circled it on the chart for you guys to make it easy cheesy. If you're wondering how we can tell if that's a full moon, it is opposing the sun in Aquarius. So you see the moon is in Leo, and it is opposing the sun, which means it's directly across from the sun. If you guys look up there in Aquarius, you'll see Pluto up there for one, right? We've been talking about Pluto, it feels like, in Aquarius since, 2024? And then it is having this huge planetary stuff going on over there. So you see all that extra energy just kind of compact in Aquarius really does make an extra, powerful full moon that we're all experiencing. A couple of things I want to tell you guys about this full moon. I am going to do a collective reading, guys. We are going to tap into the energy and read for the masculine and feminine. And I will offer us a free Leo full moon readings, different than anyone you've gotten, because I know this is our third Leo full moon live. Leo energy is heart chakra based, and it rolls over the heart, right? And so all the readings that I created 3 spreads tonight, and they're all about heart chakra activation. So whoever's interested wants to participate, the Leo full moon reading, you'll choose 1, 2, or 3. I'm not going to tell you what's what, but everybody will get a different spread, right? Because everybody's picking a different number. But I created 3 different spreads so we can look at a variety of energy with the Leo moon. The next thing I want to say about the Leo full moon is, are you guys ready? Hold on to your seats. This, I believe, is going to be, Spirit's telling me to be careful here. I wanted to say that I feel like this is the last shitty full moon. I'm not saying that we're not going to experience some challenging full moons, but I feel like for me, I don't know. Leo is my second house assets. The things I own, my home, car, money, all that kind of stuff. So I'm getting a big illumination in that area. Huge heart chakra activation as well. all of it, right? So February, I feel like the most challenging month of 2026. And I do have a reason for saying that. Like, I'm not just going, oh, this is the worst one, whatever, whatever. We have Jupiter. Jupiter is making a huge transit in 2026. We'll talk more about it when it gets here, but it is going retrograde. It is going to start in Cancer, end in Leo. And I don't know if you guys know, but Jupiter represents karma. Jupiter represents good fortune. It represents things bending in your favor if that is like if you've been putting out all the good things into the world, it's like a boomerang, right? That's what's coming back. So 2026 is a big year. There's a lot of changes that are happening. I know that January felt like it was huge and lasted forever. I get it. And then, here we are at the beginning of February, and right away we have this full moon. This full moon, last thing I'm going to say about it before we get to the collective is the reason that this full moon is so challenging for so many of us is this full moon is putting us center stage. You see all those planets opposing on the other side. So all of those planets' energies are causing the full moon. Remember, Leo energy is the star of the show, right? Leo is like center stage type of energy. And so that's what's being, illuminated with this full moon. It's causing us to step up loudly. It's causing us to speak courageously, right? Because that is, Leo energy is all about courage. So a lot of stuff going on with this full moon that I feel is out of our comfort zone, I guess, especially for the collective, and could feel like it's oh my gosh, one of those full moons that are like what full moons are known for, right? But again, this I feel is the last full moon that's going to feel this way for 2026. Another thing I have to back that statement up is this is the last full moon for the snake year. You know how the Chinese New Year is next, or is this month. I believe it's the 17th. And we're going from the snake year to the horse year, the fire horse, right? So yeah, this is the last shitty full moon. So if you feel like this full moon came to a boiling point or had some type of peak, you felt it just coming, and then something just kind of combusted, like exploded, but from within. I feel like I felt my full moon a couple of days ago. It's when I decided I was going to jump on this four-wheeler and go 2 miles down the road to the gas station like we were living in, the Walking Dead times. I will say there wasn't very much traffic, and being able to see all the snow everywhere and the animals like surviving through this snowstorm was pretty cool, right? But it definitely like reset something within me. And I think that's what this full moon is really doing for all of us. But again, center stage, like in front of everyone, you can't hide it anymore. I think accountability is going to become huge at this time, especially as Jupiter makes that return. Karma kind of makes that return. And again, if you've been putting out good things, like if you've been following your purpose and you've been, going through your spiritual journey and your spiritual path, Kelsey, welcome. And you feel like you've been putting good things out in the world, then that's the boomerang. That's what's coming back to you. And again, it's a lot of this center stage type of energy. I know that Jupiter starts in Cancer, but it's going to end in Leo, right? If you feel like you're seeing a lot of injustice in the world, if you feel like let me just use myself as an example. I feel like I'm seeing things that I've never seen in my entire 46 years of life. I'm going to be 47, guys, in April. It feels so weird to say that. Like, I don't feel 47. But anyway, I'm experiencing things that I only read about in my history books in school. Not anything that I ever saw with my own eyes in this, in my lifetime. And I'm seeing them now, right? So I am, for a long time, when you're a spiritual, I don't know how to say this without sounding a certain way. I'm not trying to sound like I'm special or conceited. We all have all the same abilities. It's just our different journeys, like when we tap into them. But when you're on a spiritual journey, I feel like you tend to see things and experience energies a little bit sooner than maybe other people do. And I think the reason that is because the other people, I mean, like by people around you, right? Just in your immediate family, friends, that type of work, that type of circle. So I feel like the reason that's happening is so that you can experience and know what the outcome is, right? And then when they go through something and they come and ask you, like, how did you go through this? Or how did you feel this? Or how did you deal with this? You can be like, oh, you know what? I did this and this helped me. And I really think that if you're on a spiritual journey and you feel, again, not trying to use the words, but chosen, then you experience it a little bit early. So I do feel like my full moon energy was just, a couple days back. And it definitely for me felt like some type of fear and reset. Yeah, and so this is really what's happening for everyone. Now, as we move through February, Tuesday, we're going to go over all the transits for February. As we move through February, you're going to see, again, I mean, it's interesting, and what a coincidence, right? And I don't believe in coincidence, guys. God is very intricate, very, all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. I don't know how else to say that. But anyway, the Chinese New Year, I believe, again, is on the 17th. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. But I feel like when we go over the astrology on Tuesday, wait till you see the shift in energy when we're going from the first of the month through the 17th, and then, the last 2 weeks or the last 10 days, whatever it is, of February, you're going to see a drastic shift in the energies, in the cosmos, in the astrology. And the way I feel, like I heard another astrologer explain it like this, and it really made sense to me, is when Pluto moved to Aquarius, that was our first time experiencing that energy in 250 years, right? So in our lifetime, we had never experienced that. And every planet, every moon, every I'm losing my words, a big rock up there is going to come across Pluto in Aquarius. You know what I mean? For the first time since it got there, right? At the end of 2024, and then I guess 2025, right? So it's touching every planet and every transit that's happening, and it's experiencing it kind of like for the first time. Again, not because it probably happened 250 years ago or maybe more, but we know that it's been at least that long this time. Does that make sense? So remember, we talked about Pluto and Aquarius for 2 years for a reason. We talked about it because we talked about how it was a demolition. We talked about how it was a tearing down. We talked about how Pluto was in Aquarius was complete destruction, death, and rebirth, right? And so it's like now it's here and now it's happening. And is it scary? Like, absolutely scary as shit. But again, pay attention on Tuesday night when we go through the transits, because you're going to see that shift. And that shift in astrology is Jupiter. The shift that's happening, that's going to change the trajectory, where we're headed, the things that look scary. And you're wondering, like, when is people, have mercy, when are people going to be held accountable? Again, the accountability from the middle of February through the rest of 2026 is massive. It's huge. It becomes our word of the day, right? So I don't know. I tell you all this. I'm Rosa. If you're new here, like I don't sugarcoat anything. None of my readings are about the love of your life that you're going to get back together with. I don't tell you that you're going to win the lottery and here's the numbers. I tell you practical stuff that you're going to deal with and how to get through it, right? I'm not telling you all of this to say that the rest of 2026 is going to be great. In fact, the astrology doesn't look good that way until you're way into 2028. But I can tell you that accountability is around the corner. Better days are ahead. Will we still be experiencing challenges? Yes, absolutely. That's why Spirit has had us learn all of these lessons about self-care, about integrity, about purification. That's why we all quit drinking. That's why we've all quit smoking. That's why we've all cleansed our inner circle. That's why so many of us spend so much time on our own. That's why so many of us have been drawn to follow our purpose. So I'm not coming out here and telling you that Jupiter in 2026 is going to make everything easy and sunshines and rainbows, right? But I am telling you that it will get better. And this is just the beginning of the getting better. Remember, Pluto in Aquarius is a 20-year-long situation. This isn't something that is overnight. This is something that takes time. I will say that I am personally a little surprised at how quickly the destruction came. I did not expect someone to be elected and then, literally bankrupt our country in every shape, way, form, or fashion possible. I didn't see that coming. I didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be something that was going to take a long time, but it looks like it's the rebuilding that's going to take a long time. So we have to start getting to that part of it, right? All right. I feel like that's all I'm going to say about all this stuff. I hope that all of it is helpful. I hope it gives you something to plan ahead for, right? All right. Let's do a quick collective. Sherry, I just got your beautiful moon tonight. I was trying to look right before the live to see if I was going to be able to see it or not. All right, so collectives are masculine and feminine energies. I'm going to start with the masculine. We have the Vision card. So it says, no matter what, you see the bigger picture of a loving, just universe. Excuse me, so sorry. I feel like whenever I see this card, throat chakra, whenever I see this card, I feel like there's this feeling of injustice. So the masculine is feeling like something's not fair, something's not right. Remember, everyone has masculine and feminine energies. We have responsibility for the feminine energy. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love that you express. All right, let's talk about that for a minute, because I felt that I'm about to say something silly. I was about to say I felt this collectively. Okay, so I've talked to several of you today and yesterday and the day before. And I feel like some of you have came and told me, like, Rosa, I don't know how we got to this timeline. I don't know why everything looks so dark. And we're doing all this work to like shine our light, and I don't know if I can keep pushing in all the darkness, right? Several of you have said that statement to me. Several of you have also said that you feel responsible, that you feel like it's your responsibility, that you feel like you feel drawn to do something. You feel called to do something. Several of you feel like you have this need to help others or take care of others, this drawn need to want to take care of others. And here's what I'm going to say about these two cards, okay? So remember, we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. I don't know about other types of spiritual awakening journeys because I only know about the type of spiritual awakening journey that I'm having, right? Does that make sense? The type of spiritual awakening journey that I'm having, Spirit is having me learn how to balance my inner masculine and feminine energies. So for much of my life, I feel like I was in my masculine energy. I was a giver, definitely. Felt like I had to do, take action all the time. And we all know that's not feminine energy, right? Masculine energy protects and provides. Feminine energy is the receiving energy. It's the more calmer. I wouldn't say feminine energy doesn't take action, but it's calmer action. Feminine energy is more about nurturing and self-care and healing. And not to say that the masculine doesn't also have healing attributes as well. But here's what I've told all of you that I've talked about, talking about whichever situation it was for you. I should say those of you I talked to, sorry. I told you, and I'm going to share it with everybody now, it's all about balance. It's all about balance. So should you feel angry right now? Well, I mean, if you don't, you might want to, check into why or that part, right? Should you feel this draw to help others or heal others? Well, of course, right? Of course, you're going to feel both of those things at this time, masculine, feminine, right? The key is balance. The key is balance. If you are constantly angry, if you are constantly taking action every which way, you're running to protest, you're on your phone, you're calling all your whatever. And I'm not saying don't do those things. Please do those things. But my point is, if you're doing them nonstop all the time, what's going to happen is you're just going to deplete yourself, and then you won't be able to stand. You won't be able to stand up for others. You won't be able to help others. You won't be able to do shit because you're depleted. Does that make sense? So it's all balance. It's all balance. All right, let's pull a bridging energy. Bridging energy is your current spiritual lesson at this time. Purpose comes out. I don't know if you guys can see. I guess I probably should have. That better? There we go. Can you see it now? Yeah. All right, so the purpose card comes out. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. The reason that purpose is our bridging energy right now is, again, that's what we're all drawn to. If it's, this is February 1st. If it's February 1st, 2026, and you don't feel like called or drawn to your purpose or drawn to find out like what is your purpose, what are you supposed to be doing right now? Again, I would say that would be something you would need to check into. But that person wouldn't be here tonight, right? Like that person wouldn't be watching this video, this live. Like if you're here because you're experiencing something. You're experiencing a collective something, right? And I don't think it is a coincidence. Remember, I don't believe in coincidence that we're all feeling drawn to follow our purpose or come into alignment or purify or cleanse ourselves. How many of you have started working out, going to the gym? How many of you have stopped drinking? How many of you have stopped doing drugs? How many of you have, all in the last year, right? Like this is all stuff that has happened just in this last short period of time. Again, not a coincidence. It's purification. It's cleansing. The more pure, Spirit's telling me that's wrong. Okay, the more balanced that you are, right? You're never going to be 100% pure. Like you're never going to not, we're all sinners. We're all healing. We're all on a journey. We're all having experiences. We're all causing mistakes and delays, right, in our journey. No such thing as a mistake. The more you try to balance your inner masculine and feminine, the easier it is to align with your soul's purpose for this lifetime. That's the message. All right. I think I am going to pull some messages. We'll do one. We'll do one from the masculine to the feminine. And then I'll pull a guidance card. And then we'll start working on those Leo full moon heart activation readings. Own your response to that trigger. Apologize and heal. Masculine to feminine energy. These are going to be higher self messages. If you keep requiring your partner to fill your void, you will feel disappointed. Fill and heal your voids and show up for yourself. Last one, masculine to feminine. It's okay to lose this argument. Relax, chill, and let love win. All right, so let's do some from the feminine to the masculine. Watch your words. Name calling is hard to erase in the memory. Ooh, that's interesting. Now is not the time for impulsive behaviors. Be heard appropriately. Do not act a fool. Are you trying to be controlling? You can only control yourself. Be accountable and work on yourself. Ooh, the word accountable. I love it because it's just big confirmation of what I was saying earlier, right? All right, let's pull a guidance card. I do have the Tree of Life. Paid readings are $20. I will pull your chart and then I will go over it and tell you how the Leo full moon is going to impact you personally. What house are you in? What house is Leo for you? Plus the planets as well, right? Like where's your sun sign? Leo is ruled by the sun. We got the treehouse card again. We got that the other day. What was it? Was it the February twin flame reading? We also have the woman card. The nuts card comes out. Don't lose your mind, right? But the interesting thing for me is that the Tree of Life symbol card came out, and it's a feather pin. Feather pins are definitely like significant for me and my own journey. But anytime that I get this card, I never take it out. Like when I'm shuffling, it's just part of the deck, so I leave it in there. It's like a reset, right? It's like a reset. There definitely is some type of reset happening in this journey. I'm going to talk about it a little bit, but I'm not really fully prepared. So Spirit's going to help me and we're not going to feel pressured to talk about it. I had a unique experience in my journey recently. Let me pull up the chart so when my face isn't so big on the camera and I'm not stressed out and panicking. No, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry. Oh, come on. Oh, that's awful. I broke it, y'all. I'm so sorry. Remember, guys, free readings, Leo full moon. There's 3 spreads. So if you're interested, put your name in the chat and pick 1, 2, or 3 for me. 1, 2, or 3. $20 tonight for a birth chart analysis. I'll pull it up and look at all the different placements and tell you how that Leo full moon is going to impact you. So let me know in the chat while I tell you my very personal and vulnerable story that Spirit says is okay, and we're going to share. All right. In my own personal journey, I'm in what some people call separation. And all that means is, help me get through it. All that means is that I no longer have physical contact with the person that awakened me. And from the very beginning of my spiritual awakening in this journey, I was told that it was never about the other person, right? It was always about me and my journey and my healing, my soul. I was never told that it was, like you hear all these weird stories about split souls, and I just feel sorry for the people that like buy into it, because what a weird feeling it would be to think that you're not whole, or to think that someone else on the planet controlled your happiness or joy or wholeness. You know what I mean? Like that's an awful thing for people to tell others. I believe Spirit has always told me I'm whole. I'm a one soul. There's no other thing that I need. I mean, other than God himself, right? Which is also a part of me. So there's nothing out there, right? But I have been experiencing this separation for a couple of days ago. It became a full year. I recently saw a video, Spirit approved. Sometimes I look at stuff that like Spirit's like, you shouldn't be doing these things. And then sometimes, it's like I'm kind of guided to look at certain things. So I came across this video. That also gave me some type of reset. Clean slate. Balanced karma energy. So I share all that with you guys because you may also, in your personal experience, especially if you have counterpart energy, have recently experienced some form of contact, reunion, it brought back to the surface type of thing, that gave you some type of, I don't know, like a personal reset. For me, it felt like, and it's almost like I could see it, like the chains were just breaking. I wouldn't, just shattering. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was very interesting. I wouldn't say that anything is different in my journey. I didn't expect to like wake up the next day and not feel it anymore or none of that. Like I'm past that. I understand this is how it is from here on out. But I'm glad I say all this because I'm glad that we're all finally coming to the realization, Ready? That it was about the purpose and not the person, right? That's why we're all coming into alignment. That's why we're all purifying. That's why we're all grounding and integrating all the stuff that we've learned. It's why we're all becoming so courageous to follow our purpose. I feel like before, when we talked about following purpose and things like that, it was something that was kind of like a dream or fantasy, or I still got to go to my 9 to 5. There's no way I'm going to be able to start reading tarot or learn Reiki or be able to offer my services wherever. And it's like people are finally, I don't know, not running from it anymore. Does that make sense? All right, let's get to it. I'm gonna do something just real quick. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm just gonna get ready, make my list. Okay. I like the 1, 2, or 3 because it makes it more interactive, and it's not, everybody's not getting the same reading. You know what I mean? Kelsey on Facebook. She picked number 1. Vanessa on Facebook. Pick number 2. Sherry says, how collective, love it. Divine timing, number 1. Leo is 11th house. I was actually going to pull up. Did you say that you recently changed the time? On your birth chart? Have you guys heard the new Bruce Springsteen song? I pulled up your chart, Divine Timing. And see, I show Leo 4th house. So I remember you said that the time change. Yeah, I have you for number 1. Oh, I know. I did this before the live ever started. I'm not going to go over anything, but I was just wondering. I want to make sure that I have the right time. I had 1:25 p.m. Central Time. So just let me know so I can update. Sherry says number 2. Mercury and Mars and Leo. From PM to AM. Okay, let's do it. Well, now I show 10th house. A solid 10th house. I'll message you after the live. I don't want to go over like, I don't know. I'm so confused now. Like, I seen this post where everybody was like, this lady was like, don't give out your, like personal information, like your name and your birthday and all this kind of stuff. Because there's so many freaking scammers everywhere. And that is true. Like, I fight freaking people that copy my little tiny Facebook page on a regular basis because they're constantly out just trying to like scam people. So it is true. But it's like at the same time, I do birth charts. So it's like I need that information. So just not over the lives, I guess. We'll go over it. And I just want to make sure that I have your chart right because I look at your guys' charts all the time. Like even if we're not doing lives per se, like on a specific thing, like if there's a full moon, I'm going to look to see. And if I notice something, like if I've done your birth chart and I notice that, hey, this full moon is, I don't know, opposing your Pluto and whatever, I'm going to call you. I'm going to message you. I'm going to be like, hey, did you know that on your chart? You know what I'm saying? So it's, I just wanted to have it updated, but I'll message you after the live just to make sure I have all my other stuff correct. I love that you mentioned that, Vanessa. Do you love it? Really? Have you heard it? They said that he released it I don't know, like 2 days ago, and then he released a video yesterday. So a lot of people haven't even heard it yet. All right, let's start with Kelsey on Facebook. Kelsey on Facebook, say hi to me in the comments. And I'm going to pull up my notes. Okay, the spotlight scan. Oh, I was supposed to read this stuff to you guys at the beginning. All right, here we go. We're ready. Okay, so the $20 offer is I pull your chart live and give you a focused 5 to 7 minute reading on the exact house where the Leo full moon is happening for you. And that's going to tell you the area of your life where you're being called to shine, release drama, or own your creative power. And then I'll tell you any major aspects that it's making to your personal planets, such as the sun, moon, Venus, Mars. It's very fast, it's very potent, and it'll give you like immediate action for this Leo full moon. So if anybody's interested, that's what the birth chart analysis is. All right, ready? So for the Leo full moon free readings, it's 3-card spread. And Kelsey is first. Should I do this one so you can see the cards? Yes. All right. The first card I'm looking at, and I'm going to use the Modern Witches Tarot. The first card I'm looking at is the Heart Illuminated. Can I click on her comment? Like, will you still be able to see my face? I did too. It made me cry. First time I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh. It cuts my face off a little bit, but I want us to know who we're talking to. And if I show you a card, you're still going to be able to see it. Okay. So it's fine. All right. So the first card, she picked number 1, right? I got the right one. So the first spread, first card, the Heart Illuminated. Remember, we're looking at all heart energy, heart chakra energy. And that is because Leo is the heart. That's what it rules over, the area of the body, right? All 3 of these readings are going to be focused on the heart chakra in some way, different ways for each one. The first one, the Heart Illuminated. So what the full moon reveals about your heart's true condition. This card is going to show the current state of your emotional world and your heart chakra at this time. Jenna says, am I on the list? I'm so sorry, Jenna. Did I miss you up there? Let me know what number, Jenna. All right, Kelsey, here we go. What the full moon is going to reveal about your heart's true condition. 3 of Cups comes out. So 3 Cups is like soul tribe, soul family. Ooh, the lighting's not the best. Soul sisters. It's like minds. It's like minds. You could feel like people around you don't get you or don't understand you. You could feel this need to want to find more people that think like you, feel like you, maybe going through the same thing. It's a very emotional card. So 3 Cups is normally like celebration, excitement, get happy, right? Let's party type of energy. But it did come out, and I don't do like reversals. I don't turn them upside down. The cards have energy. That's how you read tarot. It's by reading the energy. Yes, you use your intuition. Yes, spirit helps me all the time. But I didn't get like celebration from this card. I got more like you want this energy. You feel called to try to find your soul tribe, try to find people that have the same feelings, emotions, likes, this type of thing. All right, so card number 2, the Shadow on the Heart. So what fear or old wound is blocking your love for self or others? So the moon casts shadows, right? So this card is going to point to what your core blockage is. So we're looking at Leo shadow energy. So we're looking at things like pride, past hurt, fear, vulnerability, conditional love. Ooh, the Empress comes out. Okay, so the Empress is giving me this energy of I've been hurt before. And so now you're in this energy of like self-care, self-nurture, taking care of yourself. It's almost like you're in a relationship with yourself. Maybe this is like for the first time you're paying more attention to yourself. It's very like what's the word I'm looking for? It's very chic type of energy, feminine type of energy, like dressing up, doing your hair, wearing nice clothes, maybe spending a few extra dollars on the new pair of shoes, something like this. It's very much energy of taking care of you, but I don't feel like that. So Spirit's not going to say like that's shadows. Like Spirit's not going to say, oh, you shouldn't take care of you. So if you feel like, no, Rosa, I don't really do that very much, then of course the card is going to say you need to start doing that. But I actually have this weird feeling like you've already started doing it in some way. You've already started to either do something with your hair, do something with the clothes that you wear, jewelry, I'm not sure, something, but she's very dressed up and elegant and beautiful. All right. Third card I'm looking for is the Golden Key. This is how you're going to unlock your heart's full radiant potential. This is like the action card. The action card that you need to take with the Leo full moon. The Four of Wands comes out. Four of Wands is one of all of our favorite cards, right? It is the manifestation. It's the 1111. It's firm foundation. It's financial security. It's this energy of going from, the reason the Three of Cups feels like a reversal is because it's this energy of going from, I went through something really challenging. I maybe lost myself in that experience. And it's like, I'm just now learning to put myself first. I'm just now learning to find myself. Who am I? And love myself, be kind to myself. And it's like, that's giving you this new foundation that you're building on. It's very Leo full moon energy-ish, right? All right. I'm going to pull everybody a power of love, heart activation. You have a trust card. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. I love this. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Kelsey, I hope that was helpful. All right, so now I have Vanessa, and she has spread number 2. I love this. Completely different reading. Spread number 2 is going to focus on the creative heart. The creative heart. I love it. All right, I'm gonna do this for just one moment. Oh, divine timing. Thank you. I told you it was okay. I had that chart pulled up before the live ever started. And it is because I remembered that you said you changed the time, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't have the right chart. I've been studying frequency music, you guys. Phil Collins. Okay, how many of you guys know about frequency music? Tell me in the chat. Like, how many of you guys have heard of frequency music, listened to frequency music, understand what it does? So I've been learning about frequency music, and I mean, I'm an Aries. I get bored really easily. Like, there's really nothing I can do about that. I just do. And so, of course, I love listening to it. It's very calming. It's very peaceful. But I like Lincoln Jesser, Jesser, if you're looking to find some frequency music to listen to. But I wanted to find frequency music that was in music that I had heard, right? I've listened to, that I knew the words to, right? I love all music too, Sherry. And so I found this lady on TikTok, and I'm not gonna really say her name because I don't know a whole lot. If you're interested, message me and I'll share the information. But anyway, she also studies frequency music, and she finds frequency music in older songs that, just like I had wanted, right? And she apparently Phil Collins really made a lot of music that had a lot of different frequencies that did a lot of things to the body. And it's interesting because I'm listening to songs and I'm listening to the words, and I'm like, oh my gosh, did he know? Like, did he know what he was making when he wrote the words to the song? I think the answer is no. I don't think so, because I mean, we're just learning about frequency music and what it does to the body, and you know what I'm saying? So I think the answer is no. All right, Vanessa. So I started your reading and a card came out. We already have the Queen of Cups. Can you see it there? Queen of Cups. I'm using the Modern Witches Tarot. Guys, if you want to take a closer look at the Modern Witches Tarot, you can just go to my TikTok and check it out in my TikTok shop. Okay. So card number 1, it's the Creative Heart. So I'm looking at the Creative Ember Within. So this is going to be the unique creative spark that's waiting to be expressed from your heart. Queen of Cups comes out. So are you ready for this, Vanessa? Don't fall out of your seat. You're excited to love. You are bursting with love. You have so much love in your heart that you just want to give it out to something or someone. It's very nurturing. It's very caressing and I don't know like what the words would all be. Spirit help me. It's very physical energy. But it's like it's just busting out. It's like all of a sudden, and I feel like again this is going to be some type of newness, because before all of this energy was already there, but you had it blocked off. You couldn't show people or share that because you were in fear of I don't know, pain, something hurting you. So fear of vulnerability. So instead you build the wall and you kept this person that just wants to give all this love out behind that wall. So something has happened with this Leo full moon, and probably building up to the Leo full moon. Because remember, the energy feels like it's just kind of going towards like a peak, like a boiling point of some sort. So this has probably been going on and going on and going on. And now something has happened, and your vulnerability, your wall has come down some. Maybe you don't feel like you have to fight as hard as you did before for whatever reason. And now it's like you find yourself having all this love to share, give, or want to give, but maybe not knowing how to place it or where to place it. I'm seeing your dog a lot. I don't know why. I'm assuming that it's because you give all this love to your dog. I've seen a picture of you and your dog on Facebook. That's got to be why. But anyway, so it's almost like you've been giving this energy to this dog, but it's like now you want to give it to someone else, like another person. It's definitely giving like I'm ready for a relationship, or maybe I'm not sure about being single anymore. Maybe you're feeling a little lonely. But the interesting part about the Queen of Cups is you're going to give this energy to yourself. you have to learn how to give it to yourself. I mean, yes, love your dog. He's gorgeous. You have to, instead of looking for someone out there because you're feeling a little lonely, what's something, let me know in the chat. I should know, right? I'll get better at this. But what's something that you guys do in the chat when you're feeling, a lot of us are single. When you're on spirit, when you're having spiritual awakening journey, it's not uncommon to be single. So tell me in the chat if you're single, what's something that you do when you get into these moments, because we all have them. I feel like sometimes it comes in a cycle, especially for me, once a month. But anyway, what's something that you do, like a self-care or self-love type thing when you're feeling lonely? And let's not get like, we're already music and tarot, like we're already blasting music, and I've said a few curse words. Let's not get like too crazy graphic or anything like that. But what's something that you do when you're just feeling lonely, or you're feeling like, I want to go start a new relationship, but then you realize, like, I really don't want to do that. And so you turn that energy towards you, right? Like, what's something that, okay, I'll tell you what I do. I get dressed up. I'll go find my nicest outfit, and I'll go do my hair, and I'll put makeup on like I'm going out to some gala somewhere. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say? So in those moments when you're like, man, I got all of this coming out of me, and I want to, that's my hair, and I want to, give it to someone, then I'm not saying that it would work for you, but for me, when I'm feeling that, I just go do my hair. I just go do my hair, and I do my makeup, and I make myself feel pretty and love on me. Does that make sense? I think your creativity of the heart is about coming up with new ways to love yourself, new ways to give yourself what it is that you're wanting to find someone to give it to, right? All right, so now I'm going to look at the fuel or block to the flame. Your flame was Queen of Cups, abundance of love, self-care. All right. So what will magnify or what will dampen the creative heart fire? What will magnify or dampen? We have 7 of Cups. I want to say it's confusion, but it's not. It's indecisiveness. Treat yourself to dinner. I love that divine timing. That's so good. Vanessa, light a candle. Watch crystal shows. Oh my God, I love you, ladies. Sherry says, my little dog gives me great joy. I've been missing Spencer a lot lately. All right, so 7 of Cups is choices, options. But I don't think that, and it is that card that shows like the clouds covering the choices and options, but I don't think that's what it is for you. I think for you, it's the decisiveness, making a decision. Yes, lighting candles is nice. Yes, watching a crystal show is nice. Do you ever take yourself anywhere? Do you ever struggle to decide, should I spend money on myself, or should I do something that isn't going to hurt or take away from others? You see what I'm trying to say? And I'm not saying do something to hurt others. That's not what I meant. Like a lot of times women don't spend money because they're like, oh, this is my family's money and I can't spend it on myself, right? And then we become depleted, and then we're like, we don't know why we're mad and angry at the world. So my point is, I'm getting more of like indecisiveness with this card, more of like, I'm not sure what I can choose for myself. And Queen of Cups, that's what I was going to say earlier, is for you. Like, I know you have all this love and you want to give it to other people. I totally get that. But the Queen of Cups says that you know when it's time to fill your own cup. All right, let's look at the third card, the stage of your heart. How to courageously express the heart-led creativity in the world, which is your stage. Remember, Leo is star of the show energy. It's definitely energy that loves, the spotlight type of thing. And this is going to be like your action card. You have Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is about divine wishes being granted. It's also about getting the things that you want. Okay, so here's what I'm getting with this Leo full moon reading for you. It's interesting because I feel like you're going to hear me and you're going to think that it's different. Okay. I feel like you have been through something where did not put yourself first. You depleted yourself to give to others or to care for others or to show others some type of love that was guarded, protected. It was like you wouldn't allow yourself to be vulnerable. And it's like now, instead of trying to figure out how to be vulnerable with these people or how to do anything with anyone else, you've decided to turn all of that energy around towards you. What it is that makes you happy, what it is that you want out of life. You've stopped focusing on how other people see you or what they need from you, or how it's not what they need from you. It's almost like how they need you to behave. You're over it, right? Like you no longer are trying to fit into their behavioral role for you, right? Like now you're just going after what it is that makes you strong, you happy, you feel joy, all of that stuff. All right, I'm going to pull Power of Love, Activation, Guidance card. Nine of Cups says go after what you want. Individuality. You leave your unique stamp of love on everything that you do. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, so Divine Timing is next. Divine Timing got number 1. No one's picked number 3. Jenna, what number were you picking? The Emperor just popped out. Ooh, and somebody came in here. Somebody very Aries, very powerful. Leader energy. Thank you, Vanessa. Jenna, this is number 3. Three was your original. Do you want 3 or 1? Did you change your mind? Did I write the wrong number? Let me know. All right. Uh-oh. It looks. Oh, all right, so it said I cut out, but I didn't cut out. Yeah, I haven't started. We can do 3. 3 is the alchemy of self-love. So the first card I'm looking at is how you nourish yourself, how you give to yourself. And you got the sun, which is Leo energy, right? The sun does rule Leo. It's the kindness because you see the sunflowers in the back. Sunflowers also represent kindness. You're being kinder to yourself. I think it's more than that. You're it's in the mind. You're learning how to remember this is all about alchemy. So one of the things that we struggle when we go through this spiritual awakening is the obsessive thinking and the racing thoughts, right? Like that's one of the more common things that we deal with when we first go start spiritual awakening, especially this type of spiritual awakening. Again, I can't really tell you about other types of spiritual awakenings because I haven't had those types, right? I've only had this type of spiritual awakening. I do believe in the end we're all kind of going towards the same goal. We're doing the same things, but it's different things that activate you or different things that cause your awakening, right? So you have slightly different experiences. But I do think that the racing thoughts and the obsessive thinking, again, obsessive thoughts, with especially with this type of journey, is one of the bigger challenges. And no matter how much work we do on ourselves, the universe tends to always kind of bring around all of those signs and synchronicities of certain things or places or people that will remind us of certain stuff. And that's how the obsessive thoughts and thinking and all that stuff, the racing thoughts keep coming, right? As we go through our journey and we learn more about purpose and not the person and all of that kind of stuff, we start to focus more on what it is that we're actually supposed to be doing in our spiritual awakening journey. And then when we do that, it's like the excessive thinking kind of slows down and the racing thoughts kind of slow down. We learn to meditate and these types of things. We start to ground into all the things that we've learned. So and we get to a period where we start to understand the whys. Remember, this whole reading is about alchemy. And alchemy is when you can go through something that is painful or challenging, uh, traumatic, right? It's trauma. And then come out on the other side uh, with in some way becoming smarter, wiser, braver, stronger, all those things, right? So that's alchemy. So it's like you're learning that there was a purpose for the obsessive thoughts, or there was a purpose for the racing thoughts, or there was a purpose for whatever was going on in the mind. And I think for a lot of us, it's more about talking down on ourselves. Like, why do I keep thinking about this person? Oh, I'm sick of thinking about this, or I'm sick of seeing all, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like that has calmed down. And now there's more gratitude and appreciation for what you've went through and what you've learned as you've come out the other side. All right. Card number 2, where you seek validation. So this is like where you're leaking energy. Ten of Swords comes out. That's a pretty significant card. Ten of Swords is a completion to a painful life cycle. So there's something that you're needing to close out. Remember, I said this is going to be I don't know how I'll say it. This is one of the last. I feel like it's the last shitty moon of 2026. So there's something that this moon is illuminating to you and showing you that you have to let go, release. I mean, it's possible that it's about completion and closure and like closing something out, but if I'm being honest, collectively, for the most of us, it's about letting something go. And what you're letting go, most likely, is some belief system, right? Some idea that this journey was meant to be this way, or that this thing was going to happen for you, or that you were going to meet someone and live happily ever after, right? You have to let go of some belief system that you've been holding on to for a really, really long time. For the most part, like collectively, for the most part, for all of us, it very much is the understanding that it was the purpose and not the person. All right, so the third card is going to be the crown of integrated love. So the state of wholeness achieved when your heart chakra is balanced. The state of wholeness achieved. So this is potential outcome. We have 6 of swords. And I just said that makes so much sense. So when you do come into alignment, when you do close out and release and let go of the things that you no longer need anymore, what happens? You can hear spirit clear. You see what I'm saying? You can hear spirit clear and you can follow your guidance clear. All right, let's pull. That was the most exciting one tonight. Let's pull a power of love activation. Beautiful. Then the past card comes out. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. So, big confirmation of how to let it go. And I will say this, the winner, the state of the world, the collective energies are helping us release something big at this time collectively, um, because it's showing us that we have to grieve it. It's showing us how to go through the grieving steps, or like the grieving process. So a lot of us right now are going through, I don't know how many there is, the grieving steps, the process, right? All right, so just definitely a you're not alone energy. I hope that was helpful. All right, Sherry. Sherry picked number 2. The song was called Ride the Storm by Goldford. I think I said that right. Song request in the chat too. Remember, guys, I have over on my YouTube channel, I have the playlist for music and tarot. So you guys, every time we add a song to music and tarot, it goes in our playlist, and you can go over and play that playlist because it's public over on Purple and Rose on our YouTube. Sherry says that was intense. I can't see that name on YouTube. Is it RAP? Welcome. Walking in Memphis. Can you hear it? All right, Sherry wanted number 2. Say hi to me in the chat, Sherry. All right, so spread number 2 is the creative part. Smoke a cigarette again. So weird. Which one of you smoking? All right, so card number 1, the creative ember that is within. The unique creative spark within you, Sherry, that's just waiting to be expressed from the heart. Six of Wands comes out. Leo energy, notoriety, center stage, getting attention. You want more attention. People to notice you. You want to feel heard. There's more. There's something about some type of leadership. And that's not like normal for Six of Wands. I mean, it is, but I don't know. There's something about leadership. A new way of doing something, maybe. Like maybe you didn't put yourself out there before. Maybe you kind of hid in the background, and now you're kind of like, oh nope, here I am. Oh, you're feeling pressured. You're feeling pressured to put yourself out there more. And this could have something to do with work because Six of Wands is like victory, achievement, notoriety. It's like getting everything wrong. It's getting noticed when before you felt like you were unheard and unseen. So like there's something inside of you that is wanting to be seen more. Maybe you're getting more comfortable with putting yourself out there. But there's definitely something. See the way she's holding that wand and it's got the little victory wreath. It's this energy of like, I want that too. I want that win too. I can do that too. If she can do it, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? It's got that type of energy. All right, the fuel or the blockage to the flame. What will magnify or dampen the creativity in the heart, which is this energy of I want to be seen I want to be heard. This is my song. Well, I mean, this is my song for, this. All right, Eight of Pentacles comes out. So the fuel, it's a blockage. Focusing. Wrong. Um, you struggle. One, not talking to Sherry here, just talking to everybody. We all have the ADD. Like I don't know how to tell you that. But if you're having a spiritual awakening, the reason you're having an awakening is because your mind, like the way you used to believe things, is so much. We all struggle to focus. We all struggle to focus. That's why Spirit is teaching us about grounding and integration. You could have this feeling like you could be lacking the courage. You could be like, I don't know if I can take all that on. I don't know if I can do all that. That might be too much for me. So it's like in one sense, you want to be seen more, but in the other sense, you want to stay who you are and not have too much responsibility. This is a blockage. Maybe you feel like you struggle to focus and it's not for you. You won't be able to do it. It's too much. You'll be overwhelmed. But the position is fuel or blockage. I don't think that you're overly focused. I don't think anybody's overly focused right now. She says, squirrel, exactly. So I think that you're lacking the courage because you feel like you wouldn't be able to focus or you wouldn't be able to put all your energy into this thing. But on one sense, you don't want to be left behind either. All right, card number 3. This is the stage of your heart. So how to courageously express this heart-led creativity in the world, which remember is like your stage, because Leo is the star of the show. This is going to help you, guide you to how you can share what's in your heart, or how to share what's in your heart. I like this song too. 5 of Swords. I feel like you know what the 5 of Swords is. The 5 of Swords is that card that shows the person standing there. There's been a disagreement, an argument, but the other people are walking away, and then he has the swords, right? And the idea is that you come out on top of a situation, but it does say that there is some type of cost. I think for you, Sherry, every time I've given you like a personal reading, I feel like the 5 of Swords is standing up for yourself. You're a peacekeeper. You're not trying to have arguments with anyone. You would rather try to keep the peace, and not now, not so much now. I feel like when I first met you, you were someone who would stay quiet about what your needs were or what your thoughts are so that you could keep the peace around you. And I feel like, I don't know, in the last year or so, that's really changed for you. Like you no longer like sit quietly and just allow things to happen, right? Like now you kind of stand up for yourself, even if you know that it's something that like you might have to say something that someone might not like. I think you're gonna don't take this the wrong way. I was gonna say I think you are going to have to get more confrontational. But I don't know if that's really the right word. I'm not, Spirit's not going to tell me to tell you to go out and start fights. It's not about starting fights. It's about firmly enforcing your boundaries. That's it. It's about firmly enforcing your boundaries. And boundaries aren't just to keep things out. The Six of Wands is like goals, achievements. Where are you headed? Where are you going to? Where's that line up there that you want to reach? You see what I'm saying? All right, let's do power of love activation for guidance. Present comes out. Live in the moment and are able to bring forth the energy of love in your current circumstances. All right. Jenna, number 3. Jenna, say hi to me in the chat. Sherry says, I lived outside of Memphis. When you went to, excuse me, when you went on your visit to Tennessee, did you, did you go to Memphis? Man, I need to update my Twitch picture. It's still the purple rose from our very first year. um, April. April 17th is my birthday. And it is also, my birthday is the same day as the Aries new moon, which is the new start of the zodiac calendar. Um, just coincidentally happens to be on my birthday, right? How exciting. So I'm doing a rebrand. So we'll update pictures. All the pictures are going to be the same on all the platforms. We're going to try to make it all one big, PLR brand. A little town outside of Memphis. I don't know if I told you this, Sherry. The last relationship um, I talk about pretty often here. Uh, he was from Memphis. I've always wanted to go to Memphis. I've always wanted to go, and I watched that movie, Elizabethtown. Um, what was it? Exit 1690. Is that what it was? 68B. I actually went with my son not too long ago. Of course, after I did some research to learn that that's actually not even a real exit. And they filmed most of the movie in the town over from Elizabethtown. But anyway, um, in that movie, he goes on this giant road trip. Road trip, and he goes through Memphis. Right, Sherry. No, Sherry, where is it? Number 3. I know, I'm kind of excited. I mean, we're keeping the purple rose, but we're just gonna change some stuff, update a little bit, right? Springtime, that's when we're supposed to be doing all this stuff. All right, Genesis number 3. So we're looking at the alchemy of self-love. What did you guys think about the pick your own spread tonight? All right, so this spread is going to focus on balancing the giving and receiving, Jenna. The balance of the giving and receiving. Ace of Swords is the first card to come out. Ace of Swords, new communication, clarity, understanding, how you're going to nourish yourself. This is more learning, maybe more reading, talking, communicating. This is actually your current practice. So you're communicating more, you're reading more, you're learning more, you're listening more. All right, now I'm going to look at where you seek validation. So where could you be leaking your energy, giving your power away type of hermit? Okay, so I was gonna say, like, where are you leaking energy? Energy vampires that are around you. That it's the opposite. So remember, I don't really. There's not upside down, but it's energy. So the hermit. It's not really in reverse, but um, you're hiding. You are conserving, protecting, you're guarding your energy. This could have something to do with like not wanting people to know uh, something. You could be going through something and you're like, it's just too personal, it's too private. I don't want anyone to know. But it could also be my favorite song playing of all time, right? It could also be like if you stay to yourself, if you protect your energies, if you stay guarded, if you stay at home all the time and you never go out, you don't talk to nobody, and you just stay to yourself and you don't share whatever you're experiencing or whatever you're thinking about, right? Um, then you're doing that so that you okay, there's something about like comparing yourself to other people. So if you're like, if I just don't tell them, or if I just don't say anything, if I don't show up or they don't see me, then they won't know that I'm not doing as good as them. Something like this. You see what I'm trying to say? Um, you're actually losing energy that way. So it's not about, you don't have, I don't feel like you are surrounded by like energy vampires or anything like that. Um, I feel like it's more of a closed off so that no one can see something. And look how she's even like holding her. It's almost like you just don't want someone to see what's going on inside. And it's the heart, so it's like what you're feeling, emotion. But it's almost like you would feel better. Remember, Leo likes stage. Leo more than Leo. But like Leo wants to be seen. So the fact that you're like withdrawing is actually what's taking your energy and taking your power. It's not like the person around you sucking your energy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like that. It's you just. It's almost like you're doing it yourself. You're your own energy vampire because you're trying to hide it all in and pull it all in and bring it all in and keep it away on the inside, away from anybody being able to see or hear or understand or feel. Feel. And that kind of tells me something. Like, are you surrounded by a lot of like empathic people? So you're like, man, I gotta really act that, like this is what I'm going through, or this is what I'm dealing with, or that like I'm in pain or I'm, suffering in some way. It's like you're trying to keep it from them. And in that way, I mean, that could be a form of people pleasing as well, right? Like because that could be the form of like trying to keep the peace because you're hiding what you're going through or what you're feeling in order to like not worry others or not stress others, or you see what I'm saying? All right, now I'm going to look at the crown of integrated love, the state of wholeness achieved when your heart chakra is balanced. This is the potential outcome. Loving yourself enough that your love for others becomes unconditional and radiant. Judgment comes out. One of my favorite cards in tarot. Scorpio energy. It's the card that represents purpose. You guys remember what the bridging energy was when we did the collective? Purpose has been coming up all night long, right? Potential outcome is come into alignment. I want to point something out to you because I felt what you're hiding here, and it's pain. I want to point out the little flag. Do you see the flag that Archangel Gabriel holds with the trumpet? Going into your purpose. And everybody listen to me. When you are having a spiritual awakening and you come into alignment, you naturally, the spirit guides you. I didn't just stop drinking all at once, right? I didn't put the cigarette down all at once. Spirit guides you through purification. Spirit taught me about fasting, frequency music, right? Um, all the things that we do, the diet, the exercise, all the things that we do, the yoga, the breath work, the mental health, all the things that we do to go as we go through spiritual awakening to heal is not just healing our heart, it's healing our body, it's healing our mind, it's healing our cells, our DNA, our matter, our very existence. Study people, and I'm not telling you just to believe me. Go study people that have had spiritual awakening. And I know in your mind you're probably thinking, but I do all this stuff and I'm a loving person and I'm kind and I'm listening to God and I'm listening to my stuff. But are you following your purpose? Are you following your purpose or are you hiding in your cabin? All the information that Spirit gave you. You see? I have to get out here. I have to put my face on this camera because Spirit says so. The Spirit says so. I promise you, it's not me. I'm not some person that's like, oh my God, I can't wait to go to the camp. When God saves us from something, we sign a contract. We become part of this army of good. And as we work through, here's another misconception: is people think that you have to be healed in order to start following your purpose. That is incorrect. There's no such thing as healed. No such thing. You start following your purpose right now, today, yesterday, tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? Like there's no such thing as wait until you're healed. You can help people for as much as you went through. You can help people that haven't made it that far. You see what I'm trying to say? Now, can you help people that are further ahead of you? Well, probably not, right? There's other people to help them, right? You got empathy. You feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. Jeanette, if you're wondering what is my purpose, what am I supposed to be doing? You're an empath. I felt it in your reading, and you're surrounded by empaths. So this could be like your family, generational. You can help people just by feeling. You know, people don't feel heard, or people don't understand them. When you're an empath, you feel other people's energy, their happiness, their joy, their pain, their fears. You feel it, and it helps you have an understanding that you now have an understanding of that person, and that person knows that you have this understanding of them. You see what I'm trying to say? Just like me and you. So we help each other heal just because we have that. See what I'm trying to say? You have that, and you can have that with others. I don't know who, and I don't know where, and I don't know how. The point of all of this is when you start following your purpose, you start to heal. Your body starts to heal. I will say this. I've read several stories of people that dealt with chronic pain, physical ailments, um, sicknesses of all kinds that were, I don't know, of all kinds of things. So I feel like Spirit's telling me to tell you all this because if you're going through some type of chronic pain, which I know you are, if you're going through something that you're scared to show other people or tell other people because you don't want them to feel sorry for you, you don't want to stress other people or worry other people with your problems, you could start either just sharing your story or listening to other people's stories somewhere, somehow, and helping them by just telling them and communicating, right? Just communicate. Ace of Swords is just communication, new thoughts, communication. So it's like by just communicating what you went through, what you've experienced, what spirit has taught you up to this point, what's activated in you up to this point, you can just share that information and that can help others. That can align you to what your purpose is and what you're supposed to be doing, right? And then the body heals. The body heals. The body heals in so many different ways. All of those things I told you, but also opportunity because when we align to our purpose, it's like we align to where our soul is supposed to be on this path, and then we align to all those possibilities that we were supposed to come across. You know what I'm trying to say? So that could be something itself too. I'm gonna leave it there. I hope that was helpful. That is last one. Last one I had on my list. That is full moon energy. What do you think it is, Jenna? Where are you going to go and share your story? Who are you going to share your story with? You know, I've been hiding for sure. She'll come out in the spring. It's true though. I mean, we are in a period of rest. We are supposed to be in this period of preparation. But here's what I want to say, guys. Remember, I said this is the last shitty full moon. Okay, 2026. And again, I'm not saying the full moons won't be challenging, but this is the most transitional or like transformational spotlight type of moon where we feel like the most uncomfortable. The other full moons don't necessarily have that type of energy. They have different energies. So I feel like this one is some type of closure, some type of ending. This is the end of our rest time, right? Like I know that we're in the fourth season. You know, we're at the end of winter. Spring is right around the corner. The new start of the zodiac season. You know what I mean? That Aries season right around the corner. But this is the last full moon of this older closing out type of energy. Does that make sense? So what I'm trying to say is prepare yourselves, get ready. The Leo full moon is teaching us to get comfortable being center stage. And then the Virgo or Leo full moon, sorry. And then the Virgo full moon, which comes in March, um, is at that point we're gonna be comfortable center stage, but we're going to be nitpicking at that point. See what I'm saying? We're gonna be so comfortable already that we'll be nitpicking how we're doing it. And that's the next lunation, the next full moon. You know what I mean? So right now we're getting put out on top in the stage and we're having to get used to it. By the next one, we'll be so comfortable with it that we'll be nitpicking how we're doing it. So keep that too, right? All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Don't forget, Tuesday night, we'll come back. We'll do all the February transits. We did already talk about Leo full moon extensively. So if you missed that, you can find it over on my YouTube channel under the live tab. Um, but yeah, February transits Tuesday night. Love and Astrology. I'll offer some more free and pay mini readings at the end of that live stream as well. So make sure to join me 8 p.m. Central Time. Thank you all the moderator ladies who came in and helped. I appreciate you ladies very, very much. I hope you guys like the, pick your own spread. I thought that was a little bit more interesting. It's not all the same energy, right? Like we're looking at different things. So that was cool. I want to try that next time, right? Do it again. But yeah, I think that's it. Like, it was a great night. Hey, all of you. I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night.